knitters. This week I'm showing you how to make this little tree cork topper decoration thing. It's a pattern that I found online through Ravelry. It's by Hot Knitting and I'll put a link below to it so you can give it a whirl. This is a project that takes about an hour to make. The idea is any leftover corks from this time of year, Christmas, New Year's, all that fun. It's a little topper that you can use it. Glue the finished product onto it and then that's your little tree. Get it in frame. The other great use for it is this one I've made a little bit big so that can actually go straight onto your wine bottles, which it's a little bit late for Christmas but still wintry, so I'll now show you how to make this. So to make this Christmas tree I'm going to be using two types of yarn. The first one I have used before in other videos, I believe the gift wrap video. This is Rivington by Mulberry Yarns, nice soft one. And then I'm being cheeky and I'm just using some free white wool that I got in a magazine a while ago for the snow on top. As I'll be knitting in the round, to do this project I'm going to use Hiyahiya flyers. These ones are 6-inch length with a 3.5mm tip. Perfect for the size yarn I'm using. I'll put a link in the top right to previous videos I've done on our flyer range, including our interchangeable flyers. And as I go, hopefully you'll see the benefits of using these. As ever, I'll put a link to my how-to videos for any new knitters there. So I'm casting on 24 stitches. So I have cast on my 24 stitches. The pattern then asks you to spread these stitches across 3 DPNs. However, because I am using flyers, I can just split it across 2. So I'm going to do 12 on each. Because the flexible cable in the middle, it's not as rigid as DPNs. Right, so I've got 12 on each. Whereas with flyers, if you're not knitting immediately, keep your work on those little cables and it keeps it nice and secure. And then we are wanting to join this in the round. Whenever joining in the round, make sure your work is not twisted. And I do this by laying my cast on. Lay your cast in the centre. So that's my cast on in the centre. Taking the needle with the yarn still attached on the right and the needle I'm going to knit into on the left. And this pattern is just knit in the round for 3 rounds. You may have noticed, I think I mentioned in the previous video, I'll stop mentioning it soon, I am filming this from a different angle from normal. This is just off feedback of talking to people that they'd rather have more of my view of what I'm knitting, which makes sense. If you're wanting to learn or see what I'm doing, it's easier than trying to work out upside down from the other side of the table. I am going to look into getting an overhead mount for my camera so you guys can get a straight down view. But in the meantime I've just got my trusty little tripod. That has done me well. So I'm just going to try this for a few weeks. So let me know if you prefer it, if you prefer the old way. So let me know below. Once you've done 3 rounds of knit stitch, it's a rib stitch of knit 2, purl 2. And it suggests until the piece measures about a ½ inch, but 3 rounds is about right to do this, especially with this size yarn and my needles. So I'll keep it slow for this bit, but hopefully you can see like an easy way to use these as you go. So I always keep whichever needle I'm not working with, so this one at the moment, but I'll send a frame for you. I have my work on the cable and this secures it, it's not going to slip off. If you're working with a bigger project, we do have longer flyers, I believe they go up to 8 inches, but because this is quite a small one I'm only using 6. Where was that? 30. So it can can be a little bit jarring if you keep swapping from big needles to little needles. So I've just come off doing a project where I've knitted with 5-inch interchangeable tips. So going to these, which are little needles, but you will get used to it eventually. Just feel like I've got ginormous hands. Get to the end of the row. And then at this point, I'm going to keep it up here, just so I don't pull this too tight, because the loop will go really thin if I do that on the cable. Shimmy them back up there. Put the end on the 2 knit. So there's going to be 2 pearl. And then pearl 2. So pearl 2. And at that point, this loop is safe in that size. So that's now on the cable. And continue as before. So knit 2, pearl 2, until it measures about 1/2 inch or just over 3 rounds. So once you've done that for 3 rounds, you want to do pure knit for another 3 rounds, like the first 3. Once you've done those 3 rows, the next 3 rows are the rib stitch you did before but in reverse. So instead of knit 2, pearl 2, you start with the pearl 2, then knit 2. And do that for 3 more rounds. So once you've completed that, it's time to add in the snow top. So we're going to add in this white yarn. We're going to continue the pattern that we were doing before of pearl 2, knit 2, but rather than carrying on in this green, I'm going to pick up this white colour. So to do that, don't need a tail really with this. I'm going to make sure the end of the white goes through the tree. So wrap around there and pull through and just knit, carry on as normal, and then you can tuck in or weave in your ends later. Now, since I'm using, it is a cheaper yarn, so it's bigger, fluffier. The risk I have with these sharp needles is it will tear it apart. So just be careful if you're using the sharp with cheaper yarn. Failing that, you can buy these in steel as well. So these are stainless steel, but with a sharp tip. Our steel are the same material, just a little blunter, so you're less likely to tear apart yarn or your fingers. So at this point, I'm going to get out my puppy Snips. And handy little key ring that is also scissors. So I'm going to cut ties with the green one. Not going to be needing that anymore. And then however you choose to bind these together, it's up to you. I'm just going to do a quick little half knot to keep that tight there. Or at least I'm going to try to. Ooh, cold hands. There, and then once again, chop it a bit shorter. Now that we've changed colours, from here on it's starting to decrease to do the tip of the tree. This is going to be 9 more rows of decrease. The first one is knit 6, knit 2 together. The second one is knit 5, slip 1 knit, slip 1 purl, repeated around. The next row is knit 5, knit 2 together, repeated around. Then it's knit 4, slip 1 knit, slip 1 purl, repeated around. The next one is knit 4, knit 2 together around. Then it's knit 3, slip 1 knit, slip 1 purl, repeated around. Then it's knit 3, knit 2 together, repeated around, and at this point you should have 12 stitches left on your needles. Then you are to knit all the way around, followed by a row of knit every 2 stitches together. Then the final round is knit 2 together, knit 2, knit 2 together, and you should be left with 4 stitches. You should be left with 4 stitches at this point. You want to cut a small tail, as it suggests binding off, but all the ones I've made, I've just looped my yarn back through, and then using a darning needle, going into what would have been the next stitch if I'd carried on knitting. Pick up my stitches, pull it through. Now you can knot it off like so. Just do it like that. I'm going to leave this yarn here because you can make this for different ways. Just go back and weave in your ends because, like you can see, I've got a bit of a hole there. And there you have it, one little pine tree. Now I'm a little bit late because I have been making these for Christmas. They can be little decorations on your tree. They can go on top of wine bottles, because the original design is to put them on corks. So this time of year, quite a few people got a few of these spare going about. So it'll fit just on there and you can glue it on, and that'll be the little tree stump. It could be a key ring, or you could just have it like I have around the office now, just dotted about on my desk. Helps if you actually glue it on. So that is my little cork tree. Let me know if you like this. Let me know if you like this new setup. Please tag us online if you've tried this pattern or like this pattern. I want to see your photos. I want to see what you've been making with Hiyahiya needles. Tag us at Hiyahiya Europe in any images you put on Instagram, Facebook, wherever. Any that we really like, we'll share to our page. I'll put all links to what I've used in this video below. I'll also put a list to Hiyahiya retailers if you are looking at buying some of these things. Until next time, Happy New Year's and happy knitting!